Welcome to the Eastern Oregon District Roundtable for October 2013. Announcements. This was announced last month, but I want to remind you that Bighorn University of Scouting is taking place in Pendleton on Saturday, November 2nd at the middle school. Please take an opportunity to go to bmcbsa.org to register for Bighorn. Taking place on the same day in LeGrand is Scouting for Food. So if your unit is in LeGrand, I encourage you to get together with your parent group, ask them for support on Scouting for Food so that you can attend Bighorn. Popcorn sales are going on now. Contact me if you'd like to make a donation or purchase some popcorn. I can get you in touch with the units in our district that are selling popcorn. PAC 515 in LeGrand is having their annual pie auction on November 26th at 6:30 p.m. at the Presbyterian Friendship Center. It's a great opportunity to get your pie for Thanksgiving and support the Cub Scouts. Just a reminder, the Eastern Oregon District Office is now closed. This is how you can get a hold of me. Voice of the Scout. Recently I sent out email verification forms to verify the email of the adult leaders and the youth in your units. If a unit volunteer or unit member does not want to participate in the Voice of the Scout, please just cross out their name. If they do want to participate, please make sure that the email we have on the form sent to you is correct. If it is not, please correct it. The Voice of the Scout is a once a quarter survey that the National Council for the Boy Scouts of America puts out. It's a brief, anonymous survey just to see how we're doing in scouting. A reminder, registration fees are increasing to $24. Please plan accordingly. That is just $2 a month. Youth protection training is only valid for 24 months. If you feel your youth protection training is likely to be expired or expiring soon, please take a moment to go to myscouting.org and complete that training. It's recharter time. Youth protection training is very important as units cannot recharter unless all adult members are current with their youth protection training. Recharters are due next month. 2013 commemorates the 100-year anniversary of the LDS Church's charter partnership with the Boy Scouts of America. To celebrate this monumentous event, the Blue Mountain Council has commissioned the shoulder patch shown below. If you'd like to order that shoulder patch, pre-orders are going on right now at bmcbsa.org. Now let's get into our roundtable for Boy Scout leaders, starting off with the Big Rock. This month's Big Rock feature focuses on unit rechartering. Recharter is the annual commitment of chartered organization to continue owning and operating a specific scouting unit. Annual renewal of individual memberships of all units' youth and adult members. And it's the annual authorization from the BSA for a chartered organization to use a BSA program to serve youth. Rechartering is done online, and there have been some changes. The scout parent position has been eliminated. Adults who were only scout parents are still on your roster with no position. Units must delete these adults or register them in a registered position as a new member, which will require an application so that the criminal background check can be conducted. Scout Parent Unit Coordinator has been renamed Parent Coordinator, and that is a position where those parents who don't want to be registered members of the unit as a leader but still want to help out, the Scout Parent Unit Coordinator would help direct their activities. We have a new position called Unit Scouter Reserve, and this can be used for former Scout parents. Requires an application, payment of fee, and youth protection training. I guess it's kind of like the military reserves. These are parents on deck willing to go out and help out, need to be registered so that they can be the extra adult with youth protection training, such as taking youth camping or driving them to scout camp and so forth. There's a position called Unit College Scouter Reserve, and Venturing College Scouter Reserve is now available in internet registration, and that is for those older kids. Who does the internet rechartering? This process is led by the unit committee, and that committee can either, the committee chair can do it, or it can be signed out to a specific committee member to complete that. The unit leader, being the Cub Master, Scout Master, varsity coach, venture crew leader, so forth, is the one that signs the recharter application to verify that the youth on the list are actually in the unit. The chartered organization head signs to approve the adult leaders. If you need some help getting your rechartering done, please give me a call. I'm more than happy to walk you through the process. When you're logging on, if you get this warning sign, this means that the browser you are using is not going to work with the Internet Charter program. Internet Explorer 6 or higher is required, and it has not been working on Safari and Firefox. Every year, everyone is a first-time user. So if you did the recharter last year and you go into the Internet Rechartering and go to the sign-in screen, you may think, well, I'm a returning user because I did this last year. And that is not the case. Every year you are a first-time user. So go ahead and click on the first-time user button and get yourself set up. As you're working on the recharter process, if you need to step away and sign out and then come back later to finish up the document, that is when you would use the returning user feature. Write these down. Here is the Council's website. For rechartering, click on Unit Tools, select Rechartering. We have a couple of turn-in events, and they're going to be held by appointment. November 13th and 16th will be the Baker County area, and the 20th and 23rd of November will be the Union County turn-in time. For those outlying these areas, I will call you to make specific appointments to get your charters turned in. We do need to have those charters completed, and we want to get them turned in ahead of our deadline so that we can have time to correct errors and get it to our council staff so it can be input into the system. Now we're going to turn our attention to tips for troop meetings. How to keep control of during troop meetings. This comes from the May to June 2002 issue of Scouting magazine. DB said that once the scouts get wound up at troop meetings, it's hard to calm them down. Readers suggested planning plenty of interesting activities to capture the boys' attention. What follows are some ideas that various readers contributed to this article. Go ahead and pause and read, and then push play to continue. Pause. Again, hit the pause button. Now we're turning to Boy Scout interest topic. This month we're talking about Hornaday programming. Many people don't even know what the William T. Hornaday Award is all about, so we're going to talk about that. These awards were established to recognize scouts who complete exceptional conservation projects. William T. Hornaday was a taxidermist. He was a collector of specimens from all over. He was instrumental in saving the American bison, a very dedicated conservationist, one of the founders of the National Zoological Park in Washington, D.C., and the founder and director of the New York Zoological Park, otherwise known as the Bronx Zoo. He's also a writer of articles for Boys Life and sections of the Boy Scout Handbook. Hornaday Awards are intense conservation projects. Since 1917, only about 1,100 Hornaday Awards have been presented. The Scout must be first class and must earn a specific number of merit badges from specific categories. They plan and carry out and lead from one of 4 approved conservation projects. William T. Hornaday Awards are presented to units, scouts, venturers, and scouters for distinguished service to conservation. You can find more information on this requirement at the following web address. Boy Scout Program Feature of the Month. We're focusing for October on public service. and moving into November, going forth as that being the month of public service. Take a moment to look at public service. One of the aims of Scouting is to develop young men into participating citizens. A participating citizen does more than what is expected of a good citizen, such as voting and obeying the law. He takes an active role in the community. A participating citizen might be a scouter or a volunteer with some other organization, or he or she might hold an elected or appointed office, lead a service club or church group, or serves as a firefighter, police officer, or healthcare provider. This program feature is designed to introduce Scouts to some of the people who help your community function. No matter how large or small your community is, there are many participating citizens Scouts can get to know. The big event might be a historic tour, a community good turn, or a combination of the two. The Patrol Leaders Council should meet regularly during the early part of the previous month to plan troop activities for this program feature. If you don't complete all of the items on the following agenda, continue planning at Patrol Leaders Council meetings after each troop meeting. You can go ahead and read those bullet points for yourself. Pause, read, and push play to continue. Featured event, public service outing. This big event can be an experience that will not only expose our Scouts to your community, but let the community become aware that Scouting is alive and still working. The aim is to expose Scouts to the inner workings of the community, the people who serve the public, and the responsibility of each citizen to support the community. Public service for the Scouts may mean becoming involved in an ongoing community project or a series of good turn projects that Scouts can perform. As you learn about the area you live in, find out about its history. Learn how it evolved and where it is today. Was your community once a boomtown? Who were the community founders? What role did this area have in the development of this country? And here are some good turn ideas, one of which we have coming up, which is Scouting for Food in La Grande. Wrapping up our roundtable with the Boy Scout Roundtable Commissioner Minute. I trust that these pictures probably look somewhat familiar to you. These are some pictures of Klondike, and we are in the planning phase right now. Klondike 2014, the theme is Knights of the Roundtable. And here are some of the things we're thinking about. They are subject to change, be added to, modified, whatever, to make work for us and the boys. If you have any questions or suggestions on how to contribute to this Klondike, please just give me a call or shoot me an email and I'll get you in touch with our Klondike Director, Brian Quedman. If you have any questions that you need answers to, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me at joanna.bradshaw@scouting.org. I'd be happy to assist you.